Hello, everyone. Melissa here. Welcome to your Melissa Moments. Okay, serious question, you guys. How many of you buy your own Christmas presents and stuff your own stockings? This is a safe place. There's no judgment here. I'll be the first to say, I do. Do you guys? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what happens here. So I've been with my husband. We've been married for 10 years. We've been together for 13 years. And I love him so much. And he has the best intentions. And he's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm just picky. Could be. Could be. He's not the best at giving gifts. Now, I say that with love because I know he puts a lot of thought and effort into the gifts he gives me. So I love the gift because of that. The gift itself, he's had some hits and he's had a few misses, more misses than hits. But he's given me some great stuff though. Like he gave me an Elvis Presley mailbox. I love it. It's on our house. I love it. He gave me a neck massager. Horrible. Hated it. Never used it. So he's had hits and misses. But to be fair, he's also very busy. He's a very busy guy. He's a workaholic. He works, if he could work literally 20 hours a day, he would. He's learning how to balance his work and family life. He's gotten much better at it. But with that said, he's also very busy. He does a lot of traveling. He's a stand-up comedian. So typically in winter, that's when he's busy and he's on the road all the time. COVID obviously kind of screwed that up. So he hasn't been traveling as much, but this year he's done more traveling than he did last year. So it's just easier for everyone if I just buy my gifts. Now, don't get me wrong, he still buys me stuff. Like he'll still pick one or two things that he thinks that I would really like, and he still gets me that. So there's still a bit of a surprise factor. Or I'll give him a very detailed list and I'll say, here's everything I would like. Choose, so obviously he has an idea. But a lot of times he'll say, just, rent a Walmart or whatever. If there's things that you like, take pictures of it and send them to me. So here's what we ran into a couple years ago. I started doing this. I'd go to Walmart. I would take a picture of the item. I'd take a picture of the tag so he'd know the price and the SKU number. I'd take a picture of the location it was in the store so he could easily find it. I did everything I possibly could to make this an easy process. What happened was either he didn't go within the next day or two, he waited way too long, and then everything was sold out. Or he would go like immediately and he couldn't find it, or it was missing, it was gone, or whatever it happens to be. We've had a lot of issues. And it's like, you know what? I'm here. I literally have it in my hand. It's just easier to buy it right now and then give him a whole bag of stuff and say, here's all my gifts. And then he takes care of wrapping them and all that kind of thing. Now, what I also started doing last year is on Boxing Day, I will go and I will do Boxing Day shopping. So if there's things that I find on Boxing Day that I might not want right away or need right away, I'm like, you know what? This is great for next year. So I'll literally put it all in a box. I'll put, Melissa's Christmas gifts for 2021 or whatever on it. And then when that year comes around, I'll literally just say, here's a box of stuff. A year has gone by. Most of the time I forget what's in there. So it is still a surprise. Same with my stocking stuffers. He's not great with stocking stuffers. I can't remember if they just didn't really do stockings when he was growing up or what. But I remember when we first started dating, he didn't really understand the concept of the stocking. So you have all of your other gifts, right? And then you have your stocking. So when I grew up, your stocking was filled with candy canes, chocolates, mandarin orange, a few little trinkets from the dollar store, just cheap little things. And the stocking was always my favorite thing. I really love stockings. And when we first started dating, he filled my stocking one year with super expensive things. Like, I can't even remember what he put in my stocking, but they were so expensive. And the other thing is, when I grew up, the stuff in your stocking isn't wrapped. It's just in there as is. He wrapped everything in my stocking, but it was expensive. Like, the first Christmas, I think my stocking was worth like over $300. And I'm like, whoa, like, that's not a stocking. Those are gifts. You know, a stocking, number one, they're not wrapped. So Matthew, if you're watching this, don't wrap things you put in my stocking this year. They're not wrapped. And like I said, they're usually cheap little things, you know, like chocolates, dollars. Like, literally, I go to the dollar store and just buy trinkets and crap to put in stockings, right? You know, like maybe like a scratch tickets, or you can put gift cards in there, you know, but like usually, you know, $10, like just cheap things, right? So I do also stuff the majority of my stocking. But honestly, I have fun doing it. I kind of like it. So I'm not mad about it. Like, don't be like, oh my God, he's horrible. Like, no, like, I prefer it this way. And it's easier for him, so he doesn't have to worry about it, right? But like I said, he does buy me things, and he does put stuff in my stocking as well. I just do, you know, I help him out a little bit with it. That's all. I help him out. So I gave him my list this year, and I just had like a bunch of stuff on my list for my stocking. And there was one thing, I got a flyer for London Drugs. Oh my God, you guys, this story. Okay. So I got a flyer for London Drugs, and they had a few things in there that were on clearance, like 75% off. You guys know I love a good sale. You know I do. Now, just go with me on this. They had a few knitting things. Now, I'm in my 40s, you know. I'm a crafty person. I am. I used to knit when I was little, like when I was like 8. My grandmother had taught me how to knit. So I did know how. I used to do it. And I haven't done it since then. But I kind of like the idea of knitting. And I thought, you know what? That might be kind of fun stocking. So they had two things there. They were 75% off. So like there was like knitting needles for like $1.99. I think it was like 3 pairs of knitting needles for $1.99. And a smaller knitting needles and a book on how to knit for beginners or whatever for like $1.49. I'm like, perfect, great stocking stuffer. So I sent him the picture of it. I said, here. And that was weeks ago, you guys. That was weeks ago. And I was just over at my neighbor's, and she had said to me that she took up knitting. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I asked for some knitting stuff for Christmas. So I was relaying this story to my husband on the phone because he's on traveling for work right now. And he was like, oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I actually couldn't find the knitting stuff, so I didn't get you that. And my first reaction is, why are you telling me this now? Why are you telling me this now? Because it's been weeks. I could have literally, if you had told me like the day you couldn't find it, I could have gone and I probably could have found it, because 9 times out of 10, he just can't find it for whatever reason. This happened this year as well. There was a couple things I needed from Walmart. I literally was just at Walmart. I get home and he literally turns around to go and get them. I know that sounds silly, but he had to get a few other things too. And he couldn't find them. It was like, I was literally there 10 minutes ago. How do you not find them? So I went back out and they were right where I told him they were, and I found them. So I was like, you know what? Fine. So I was a little upset that he hadn't told me right away. Not a problem. So packed my daughter in the car yesterday. We go to London Drugs. I check their website. On the website, it says they have them. So I'm like, okay, it's probably another case if he just can't find them. We went through London Drugs and we couldn't find them anywhere. I asked 3 people who worked there. Nobody seemed to know anything about them. Everyone's like, we don't carry knitting supplies. I'm like, well, it's in your flyer. It's inventory says you have it. So they were like, no, we don't have it. I'm like, fine. So of course I have a 6-year-old in tow, right? And it's Christmas time. They have Christmas stuff everywhere. They have toys everywhere. So we're looking. I'm like, you know what? We got to pick up a couple things. let's look for a gift for grandma and a gift for grandpa that you can give them. And she was invited to a birthday party that's coming up on the 22nd. So like, we need a gift for your friend. So we started looking, and you guys, I don't know if you've gone to London Drugs lately, but they actually have some really good gifts, especially at Christmas time. So we were looking for her friend, and I had to, a couple times, I had to convince her that her friend who is turning 7 and is a boy did not need a $10 bath bomb. I can't tell you how many times I had to have this conversation with her. He does not need a $10 bath bomb. I don't think he would like that. Because it wasn't even like a kid bath bomb that had toy or anything in it. It was just like a regular adult bath bomb. I'm like, so it was a thing. Anyway, this is what she chose for her friend who's turning 7. It's a Robo-Alive dinosaur. So this guy, it's a real-life robotic pet, it says. He roars and bites. He walks like a real Tyrannosaurus Rex. And then there's a surprise dino slime egg. I mean, what? Not even a 7-year-old boy. What person doesn't like slime? Even adults like slime, right? So it's pretty cool. They had a few different ones. So it's called the Attacking T-Rex. We got the green one, but there is one in a gray. You can also get a crawling cockroach, ew. A crawling spider, ew. A slithering snake, lurking lizards, rampaging raptors, or ferocious dragons. The London Drugs we were at only had, this was the last one of the T-Rex. They also had the snakes and the lizards. But this is what she chose to get him. We also have a science book that we're giving him as well. So I think that's a pretty good birthday gift for a 7-year-old boy. So she was excited about that. Then we found for grandma, thank gosh it was on sale. I love things on sale. You guys know this. This is so cute. It's a little bag. It's so soft. It's like fleecy, plush, soft. And inside is actually a blanket. A super cute little blanket. It's a throw with a bag. And this was on for, yeah, so it also came, it looks like it came in black or blue. This was the last red one they had. And they had 2 of the blue. They were on for $16.99. And I think they were regular $35. So super cute. Love that. I almost should have bought one for us. I didn't. That's okay. So we got this for my mom. I mean, we have so many blankets. I love blankets though. Love them. But anyway, so she bought that to give my mom for Christmas. So I thought that was super cute. And then for her grandpa, my stepdad, she chose this. My stepdad loves knives and multi-tools, and he has a whole bunch. But this one I thought was cool because it's actually a keychain. I don't know if he actually has a keychain one. I don't think he does. So this was super cute. It's Survival Beast 0.5 multi-tool. So it has the carabiner, a cutting blade, a Phillips head screwdriver, a bottle opener, a flathead screwdriver, and a little LED light on the front as well. So I thought that was super cute. So she picked that up to give him. And we went through the whole store, could not find the knitting needles. Could not find them. So I was a little upset because I'm like, if I had known 2 weeks ago, I probably could have found them. So we leave, I get in the car and I call the other London Drugs in a different location. And the guy, super nice on the phone, he checks, he goes, yeah, it says we have them, but I want to double check. That's a good salesperson. Never go by what the computer says, especially at Christmas time. That's like retail 101. So he's like, I'm going to go see if I can find them. Please hold. So I come back. Praise Jesus. He has one of each left. One of each, you guys. So we traveled all the way to the other location and eureka! We have them. So this is what I got. I'm so excited. So this is, I taught myself knitting. So it's 2 smaller knitting needles. These are size 8 single point knitting needles. I have no idea what that means. I'm new to knitting, so bear with me. And then the instructions to make a scarf. Yay. So it also has left-handed instructions, which is fun. I'm not left-handed, but nice. And this is the brand Boy. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Boy, I'm not sure. Boy. Anyway, I hear that's a good brand for knitting stuff. I don't know, but super cute. So this was $1.49. And then you guys, look how long these knitting needles are. Like these are long, but look how pretty the colors are. They've got purple, like a rose gold, and then a gold. I love them. And I got these for $1.99. These exact same ones are on Amazon for $17.98 right now. $1.99. Because when my husband told me he couldn't find them, I was a little disappointed. He could tell, and he's like, oh, well, I looked on Amazon. I'm like, oh, I got to find them. So Amazon, they had them like a $17.99. And I told him, I said, don't buy them from Amazon, because part of the reason I wanted them was because of the price, right? Like this was less than $4 for these two things. And I said, I don't know if I'm really going to get into knitting. I don't know if this is just something I thought of that I'm never going to do. And it was like, for the price, I don't mind getting them if I end up not using them or not using them as often as I think I will. But I don't want to pay like $20 just for this, for something I don't know how much I'm actually going to do it. Because let's face it, knitting, crocheting, anything like that, it's really expensive. It's not cheap to buy yarn and knitting supplies. It's not. It's like scrapbooking. It's not cheap. It's a lot of fun, but it's not a cheap hobby. You know what I mean? So anyway, pick this up. Another thing I thought of, this is maybe for next year, because this year's done. We're done. One thing I thought would be a fun hobby to get into is metal detecting. What do you think? I watch a lot of YouTube videos with like magnets, like magnet fishing, where they throw like a huge magnet into like bodies of water and find things. I think it'd be fun. But yeah, like a metal detector, going out and trying to find stuff, that would be a fun thing. And that would be a lot cheaper. I mean, once you buy the metal detector, you don't really need a lot of supplies, right? But anyway, knitting. So this will be in my stocking. Yay. So I finally got them. So that's my London Drugs shopping trip to 2 London Drugs. That's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so if you haven't checked out like your London Drugs, or not even London Drugs, but pharmacies, like what's the other one? PharmaSave, Shoppers Drug Mart, London Drugs. They do have a lot of like gifty things, especially around the holidays. And those are good places to hit like after the holiday, because I don't think a lot of people think of going there for gifts, and they get a lot of stuff in. So chances are they're probably going to have a lot of stuff left over that they're going to want to get rid of, and they're going to put it really cheap after the holiday or on Boxing Day. So you can definitely pick up some really smoking deals and get ready for next Christmas or birthdays coming up or other holidays, or just because you want it. So make sure you check that out. Let me know. You guys, we're almost toward Christmas here. Are you guys ready? Let me know. For one, all the shopping's done. I need to wrap everything, which is going to take me probably 2 or 3 nights because there's a lot. And I also haven't started my baking yet. Oh my God, do you guys do Christmas baking? I had a plan this year, you guys. My plan was to start baking the first week of December, and every week make a couple recipes, freeze everything, so then when Christmas rolled around, I wouldn't be up at 3 in the morning on Christmas Eve baking because I ran out of time. I had a plan. I don't know what happens. You know what? I do know what happens. Work is insane. I have been so busy. This is supposed to be my slow time. Like after October, it's supposed to slow down for me. Not this year. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I'm glad I'm busy, but oh my God, I haven't had time to do anything. So I do feel a little behind. Don't get me wrong. Everything's purchased. Everything except for those photos, which will be today, will be mailed. So that stuff is done. It's just getting the baking and the wrapping done. Ugh, that's fine. I still have time. I still have time. What is the date today? As of oh, my battery is low on my Fitbit. It's the 13th today. Okay, okay, okay. I've got 11 days. I've got 11 days. I can do a lot in 11 days. No worries. Anyway, I'm rambling, but let me know. Where are you guys at with Christmas? Are you feeling good about it? Are you stressed? Are you sad? Are you happy? Tell me what's going on. Christmas can be a really hard time for people, especially the last 2 years. I mean, they've been hard, you guys, for everyone. And let me know where you're at with that, because I know, especially if you've lost anyone over the last year, Christmas is always hard. I'm trying to tear up a little bit here. I'm going to try not to. It's a hard time when you've lost somebody, or, and it's usually the holidays, everyone gets together, right? And if it's a year where you're not all going to be together this year, and that can be hard. As you can tell, I'm having a hard time. This is a tough year. Really tough. But let me know about you. Are you having a tough year too? It's okay if you are. Um, it's okay if you are. It happens. You're not the only one. I'm not the only one. A lot of us are having a rough go this year, and that's okay. And just remember to focus on memories and family and friends, and it's okay to cry about it. Because I do, obviously. I'm doing it right now. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do really appreciate all of your support. And I'm sure you're going to see more videos coming up. But just in case this is one of the last ones before Christmas, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I wish the best to you and all of your friends and family. And together, you guys, let's have a better 2022. All right, guys. See you next time. Bye.